Hey there, it's Katrina and we are in, I think we were in week 27 at the moment, I think, or week 28, I don't remember. I'm sure I'll figure out by the time I put it onto YouTube. Anyway, so your life has just gotten a lot more kind of real in a way. I have changed shape a little bit. Dale used to say that I looked like I had a pillow stuffed up my top because it was quite a gentle curve rather than this big. I'll show you what I mean. So it's kind of been quite a gentle curve, but it's kind of a little bit more coming forward a little bit more, which is to be expected. So life is pretty normal. I'm still at work. I have to come home some days and just go to sleep and have an hour and a half of a nap. I use my hypnobirthing CD, and that usually sends me to sleep pretty quickly unless I'm really stressed out. I've had one night where I was just so stressed about, I woke up stressed about work, and I think I put my CD on about 5 times. I had some videos on hypnobirthing and I decided not to put them up. I'm not sure if my battery is actually going to last me very long. Hypnobirthing classes were a couple of weekends ago. And we both really enjoyed it. I think we were expecting the hypnobirthing class for like me to be put under. I kind of wondered whether it was going to be me being put under hypnosis, but it wasn't. It was breathing techniques, so asleep breathing, relaxation breathing, and a J breathing, a birth breath, which might be a TMI, but I actually think about practicing it when I go to the bathroom. The main thing I'm trying to do at the moment is getting my breaths. When I'm practicing the slower, relaxed breathing, I try to get my breaths from about 12 a minute to 3 a minute. So it takes a little bit, and I think it actually takes, you really have to be relaxed to start with, and then getting your body used to it, slowing your breath down, coming in, counting in 1 and 2, all the way up to 8. 8 in, 8 out is the relaxation breathing, and that's one that you'd use through surges. So lots of chats about the language that is used during labour. I mean, you can't stop the medical staff from using the words, but it's always good that you and your partner can use these alternate words. Just I really appreciate the connotations that change, like labour. We won't use labour, we'll use the word birthing. No contractions, it's surges or waves. I mean, it is words, so they'll kind of get the gist. We're told not to expect to change everyone's work environment when you're going into a delivery suite. You're working in someone else's space, so you need to really be pretty good at what you're doing. Practice a lot so that people can work around you and you can still stay focused is really important, instead of telling people to be quiet and putting on sticky notes on doors, which I kind of see as being kind of rude. I mean, you're bringing your world in, but there's only so much you can make other people flexible. We had visualization techniques that we were looking at, cutting a piece of lemon, imagining it, and imagining the smell, and being in that moment in that kitchen, cutting the lemon and smelling it. I actually did that when I was in an MRI once because I was just so uncomfortable, so anxious, and it worked. So I can totally say that is a very powerful thing to do, to have visualization. So I'm trying to figure out, kind of paint a picture or draw it in my head of this, something that I can go to. I can go back to this room, or I can go back to this space. I'm trying to paint that picture at the moment, trying to figure out what that picture is. And lots of practice with the CDs. I'll spend some time doing some, they're called deepening techniques. So once you've gotten quite relaxed with the breathing techniques, then have your partner do these very gentle techniques, like putting your hand down in front of your face very lightly, you know, working just this middle part of your forehead, or putting a little pressure around your head, and then relax, pressure, and relax. Little bits and pieces just to kind of stimulate the nervous system in that area, take your focus to somewhere else. And that's what it's all about to me. I know my mind is incredibly powerful, and if I can harness my head, my brain, and really, my best case scenario, if it's supposed to work, I'm supposed to have as much as possible natural delivery. It will just be hopefully a matter of me taking my brain away from what's happening here, taking it away so my body can just do what it's supposed to do. Our bodies do this naturally. Best case scenario. Doesn't always apply. I might have to have an epidural or a C-section. I have no idea, and I'm generally just going to be happy to go with whatever is the safest and most logical and appropriate thing. The hospital I'm going to are quite good at going natural. God, I watched What to Expect When You're Expecting, and it was absolutely so sad to see all the women, and I know it's just a silly story, but all the women were lying on their backs going, oh, it's like, good God, why are we not using gravity here and squatting? I mean, can't we make it, you know, somewhat visually appealing picture rather than women freaking out on their back? I mean, it just drives me insane. It actually got me really pissed off. I'm just like, why still do this in Hollywood? It's just dumb. It doesn't look any good. It's crap. I just don't like it. We have got our bassinet. I'm so excited. It is the Buri Urban White Bassinet. It's on casters, so we can move it around room to room. We're kind of turning this room into a nursery / whatever else it's going to end up being. We're only going to be in this place for another 4 months once the baby comes, so the next place it'll have its own actual room. But this is a really cute little bassinet. I'm really excited about it, and we can have it next to the bed. We can move it in here, we can put it in the kitchen, we can put it in the lounge room, we can do whatever we want with it. It is such a sweet, simple bassinet. And it only really need to be there for a couple of months, but because, you know, if Dell needs to be in here and use the computer at all, we can move the baby out. I prefer not to have the baby in here whilst he's using the computer. We'll just have to manage that and make sure the computer is completely switched off. If baby's actually going to be using this as an actual nursery, I have no idea whether it'll be completely next to me or in its own room. I'm keeping everything fluid. I'm setting ourselves up now with a package for our cloth nappies or cloth diapers. I'm getting a newborn hire kit, so it is going to be fitting the baby as well as any kind of nappy can, with a little pull down thing so that it works better for the stump, because you don't know how long it's going to last, if it's going to be on for a couple of days or a couple of weeks. So we've got the hire kit for 2 weeks. We can extend it if we want. We can shorten it, you know. No, minimum hire is 2 weeks, so we can extend it if we want. Or if it's a little cuddly baby, as they like to call the little chubby ones, we're going to have our own pack as well. We have gone with the flip diapers, which are a hybrid. So it's the shell, and then you just put in the pads, and then, or the inserts, and then you just, you know, ideally if the shells are clean, then you just keep on taking out the pads, putting new pads in, and then whack it back on. I have to admit to feeling a little bit nervous about the whole nappy process. Very nervous. We're actually just starting with quite a reasonably small stash. It'll be, I can't remember how much, maybe 15 nappies, and I know that's not the ideal. We are going to mix it up with disposables.